about the dream, and I'm not saying dream about the dream as in I had the dream in my dream. I remember dreaming that I remembered the dream, if that makes sense. And what I was remembering was that there was this small part of the reoccurring dream that happened so little and happened and like didn't really matter so little to the point to where I couldn't remember what that was, if that makes sense. Like, picture a movie, right? Where there's just so much going on in the movie that there's just like this one small part that takes place like maybe, like 10% of the movie, but it's just so little and doesn't really make much sense to the point where you really just don't forget. No, to the point where like you really just like forget. Like you can remember, like you can like picture an image or like somewhat on what the point of that part was, but like you just couldn't really it's like, okay, well, how am I supposed to remember that? There's so much more. So in my dream, I was remembering that dream, and what I was remembering about it was that I couldn't remember that part because of how, just non-existent that part was out of that entire dream. And because I kept on remembering that, I actually dreamt about it. And apparently, I don't know how this comes in the story. You know how dreams are. But there was like I don't know, like around my neighborhood, I was going up this hill, and because like on my street that I live on, there's like maybe 8 houses on my little area, and there's a road that goes down half of them, and then you can go up the road, and that's where my friend lives, and then past that, you can just turn back around to my house. So I was going halfway up that road, and there was like this grandpa or whatever the heck, and his daughter, not even like daughter, just like 4-year-old girl with like a dress and a tutu, basically, and he wanted to hit me. He wanted to fight me and cancel me or whatever the heck, because I had this really fast scooter, which for some weird reason was also part of the dream. And the dream was basically like me running and adventurous, and like superheroes were in my dream. And like I was supposed to be a superhero, but I was like the electrical scooter man or something. And that's not even like, I don't even know, like, but like I wasn't like the electrical scooter man. It's just like I ran across and I managed to find it like I did before in the other dream, and I found the electrical scooter, and it was super duper fast. And apparently in my dream is like you can like the scooter can be damaged, and you can fall off the scooter, and you can hit the scooter, but you just got to be good at riding it, right? So like riding this electrical scooter, you can go like 500 miles an hour, but if you hit something, you're dead and the scooter's dead. So you just gotta lock in with the scooter, but somehow the scooter never just gets destroyed. Like you can destroy it, but like it can come back. And I had a scooter, and there's like these little arrows on the ground where my neighborhood is, and they're pointing in directions to go. But instead of it being a little booster, or like instead of it being like an arrow pointing where to go, it's a booster that boosts you in the direction. But instead of it being a booster that boosts you in the direction like a Fortnite, it's like a launch pad. So you can ride the scooter 500 miles an hour into the arrow, thinking that you're going to go into the direction that you want to go, and then you look, you just hit the launch pad, and you could just launch it to the air. Also, there's 2 buttons on the controller, which apparently I can just picture me actually playing a controller as if this was a game, but I'm in first person and I'm actually living it. On the
Oh,
controller,
what?
on the
Hold up.
controller,
I
you, huh?
somehow I missed a shot. I somehow missed a shot with the what's it called? With a hunting rifle. You know how good I am with hunting rifle.
Yeah,
And I missed a headshot.
it's only inevitable. It's still kind of hard to hit shots, even if you're good with it. Yeah. But anyways, so you know how on the PlayStation, like, okay, I pictured having the same button layout as a Nintendo, and you know where the D-pad is on a controller? I
Uh-huh.
pictured that there were 2 buttons instead of like you know how there's like the little button pad, like the letter pad, and then there's the D-pad. I pictured that the letter pad was where the D-pad was, and the D-pad was where the letter pad was, and that on the letter pad you had to press triangle and square in order. Well, like where like the top button is, and then like the button on the left. You had to press both of those at the exact same time to call your horse, and your horse was the scooter. So then you could call this, like once you find the scooter, you're the new owner of the scooter, and then you can call the scooter, and the electrical scooter you can use to get out. And I remember I was pinned in a corner because the dude wanted to beat me up, and I was pinned in a corner, and he pushed me up against the wall because remember how I told you how my neighborhood goes from like the start, and then in the middle is the little hill you can go up, and then past that is where you can turn around. Apparently, wherever you could turn around was like a little alleyway, right? Like not like alleyway, like you know in those movies where there's like the little like it's like under a bridge, but it's made of brick, and there's like the little black hole, and you can go through that little black area because it's actually just a road that's really dark because there's no lights. Well, apparently that black hole was a wall. So then I'm pinned against the wall, and he's like, "How you doing, Zen?" Yo, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. How about you, man? Anyways, so I'm pinned backwards against the wall, and he's looking about to beat me up. But then like I low-key like win the fight, bro. I dodge, uppercut, bam, 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 right? I call my scooter. I'm like, yeah, ride my scooter at that beat, bro, low key. And then he's like laying there on the floor. He's like, get him! And his like 4-year-old daughter just starts running at me full speed. And I'm not even running. I'm not even talking about like running like 4 miles an hour as a 4-year-old. I'm talking. Apparently, her superpower was. I'm great, bro. I'm gonna play Legendary Hour. I'll W, man. Yeah, wish you the best of luck. Yeah, so apparently, her superpower was that the fact that she was trained and like she trained every day since she was born, and she became like super duper duper speed, like super speed basically, but like you can actually see her run instead of like she's just like insta dashing like the Flash. So you can see her just like running, and I'm riding a scooter and like she's chasing me down, right? And then I dodged the little parachute thing because I knew she'd be able to catch up to me. Okay. And then I dodge the booster, and then I take a cut down the hill, and my scooter goes slower. And then I turn up on this road that we have, and I'm just going, damn, she's catching up to me, and I'm having to cut down through like alleyways and obstacle courses, dodging people, dodging things, going through fences, hitting jumps up ramps and stuff. And then like next thing you know, I picture like. Okay, so I lost her, right? Then I picture, right, that I got so far that I'm safe now. And then as I'm picturing that I'm safe, at the same time I'm picturing, like I'm thinking, like, where would I end up in this little movie or whatever the heck? Like, I'm thinking, where would I end up, after that? So I'm thinking, okay, well now I'm off way out in, like, in the middle of nowhere, just like the dirt roads out there in the country, and big farmland and all that, right? So then as I'm thinking what I'm gonna do, and I'm riding through it, and I'm making trails because I know I'm gonna need to practice with how fast the scooter is. I'm making trails with the scooter, so because like how fast I am, right? I'm making trails because I'm gonna make a path to practice on, and then next thing you know, she catches up to me, bro. Hold on, one second. One second. Wait 1 second.
His greed might consume him, and I will have another kill.
Dang, what did I accidentally do, low-key, bro? I pressed... I promise I'm not joking when I say this. I pressed a button and I actually messed it up. There you go. Okay, it's fixed now. Okay. There you go. Okay. Okay, it's fixed now. Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, back to it. So, so I'm going around in circles, making a lap because with how fast the scooter's going, it's tearing up the grass and it's making dirt and all that, right? And it's gonna make a trail. So I'm going the path, And all of a sudden, time stops. Right? Time stops. And that's because she's behind me. I look in the corner of my eye, and she's behind me, and I have to dodge. But she can see that I'm going to turn, and I gotta dodge. So I go and I pop a wheelie, and I go to turn in one direction. I'm turning the scooter midair. She sees which way I'm going, so I go to turn the other way, but she can sense I'm juking. So then I go straight and I dodge, and I gotta do that like 20 more times until eventually I just slowly open up my eyes, and I'm like, dang, for a scene that wasn't supposed to be that big of a deal in a reoccurring like dream. I didn't expect that to be my entire dream. I just like woke up and I couldn't see because my eye boogies were just very bad. So I swear every morning that I wake up, I've never understood this. By the way, I mean maybe it's because of my allergies because they're really bad, but I've never understood this. How can people in movies just like wake up? I don't understand that. Like, you genuinely just wake up. Like, there's a dude with a gun on you, you wake up, open your eyes, and just start bam, 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 bam. Like, you know, like in those action movies, like they wake up, some dude has an axe above their head, and they're slamming down, they open their eyes, they dodge to the left, grab the arm, push him into the pillow, and elbow, elbow, elbow. You know what I'm talking? Dude, if you got an axe over my head, and I barely open my eyes, I see that, I can dodge out the way, but besides that, I'm dead. Because like it's not the fact that that like I just woke up, it's the fact that I can't see. When I don't know if this is just me, but when I wake up, my eyes are closed, gang. I gotta spend like a solid 5 to 7 minutes of my morning, like 2 to 7 minutes of my morning, just trying to very carefully make sure I don't miss. Because I spend more time in my morning, like more time. Like if I logged in as hard as I did every morning on my games, I would genuinely be a pure pro player because I have to wake up and do this so stealthily and slowly and lock in. It's like waking up and like being in the middle of like a doctor game. Like you know like the doctor where like you gotta put the little tweezers into the hole and grab it out while your hand's shaking and you gotta try not to touch the sides. Like it feels like that's what I'm doing every morning because if I barely like if I'm shaking and I barely push one of these eye boogies, they will get stuck in my eye and I won't be able to see the whole day. So I gotta because the thing is your eye waters. My eye waters whenever it does this. It's genuinely just because my eye is dry. That's all it is. It's because my eye is dry. So when I wake up and I do this, if I do it just right, just enough, and I clear up just enough, my eye will start to water, and it helps just moist the eye boogies down, right? But like if I mess up 1 second, like no joke, I'm doomed. And I've had that happen to me a few times where you wake up, you go do it, and then you're just doomed. But dude, it's so hard. I wish I didn't have to every morning, but I do. I just have to, you know. And it's like my morning. And it could be because I have an air conditioner, there's fans on me, maybe I rub my eyes and my bed's dirty and there's dust, maybe it's because my air conditioner needs cleaning, or genuinely just because I'm allergic to pet dandruff and I sleep with a dog on my face. But whatever the heck it is, I can't see when I wake up. I've never understood that, like ever. Especially because like I have bad allergies, there's pollen and all that because of summer and spring. But when I wake up, I can't see. I've never understood how people could do that. I'm like, no joke, bro. I
Nine
mean, do,
millimeter Baba Yaga.
do you have that?
Yeah,
You do?
partially. Damn! Hit a legendary. Alright, yeah.
I remember back in the day when I used to think I died because people had better guns than I did. Oh my god.
No, I I accept the fact that I was hitting them with a mythic uh wolf auto shotgun. I accept that fact. But the thing is, the gun that he was using, I'm telling you right now, that gun is incredibly good. You know the uh Stinger SMG, right? No, it wasn't the Stinger. It was the other it's like the It's the other one. I forget it.
You know, you said that you did what you wanted to do, and all you did was, and all that you wanted to do was up your rank, which I understand that. However, though, I know that you did want to up your rank by yourself, but you do understand that getting coached doesn't mean that you're doing it with help. It means that you're having help getting better.
I
And
know.
I know what you mean by, oh, well, I just want to learn by myself. And I understand that. I understand that. And I know it also seems like kind of like just, oh, well, the last resort, I suck really, really bad if I have to get help. But it's not that you're bad. It's that you're help getting better. And I see what you mean. But I also feel like you don't really see what I mean when I say
You
it.
don't understand, bro. I know what you're talking about. It's just that I just don't want coaching. It's not that I think that's bad. No, coaching is great. It's awesome. Like I advise people to get coaching if they need help with like subjects or
And you're saying you don't
fighting.
need help.
I just don't want it.
Oh my god, I'm horrible right now. I want to try to change my glasses for a second because I can't see. I'm going to change my glasses for a second. But you do understand more that without coaching you will die more, right?
I
But is that
know.
is that the road that you want though,
I'm
so that you
willing to
can
take that
learn
road.
from your mistakes and try to be better?
I'd much rather take that road and get coaching.
God dang, I can't see, bro.
What is that loot llama in the center? Golden one. What's that?
Just gives you loot. That's why it's called a loot llama.
No, but what type of loot does it give you?
Probably golden because it's a golden loot llama. I mean,
Self-explanatory, you see.
normally loot llamas are like purplish bluish, and you get purplish bluish loot from them. So I'm guessing if it's golden, it's probably gonna give you golden loot. I mean, right?
Probably somewhere around there.
I mean, it could be golden because this is Blitz, and Blitz is goldenish, orangish. How much loot do I have?
Uh, are you getting shot at?
Yeah, I got it. Dude, I
Alright.
am just. I feel like I'm just not good anymore.
Come here real quick.
Okay, hold on one second, please. Good job. Thank you. They're both real. God dang!
Yeah, that was not working out for me. I was always crap.
My God, bro.
A dude's playing Minecraft, and like he's taking care of frogs, and then one of them just gets smited right in front of him, struck by lightning.
Oh. Hey, it's summer. That's the summer. Fireworks, who's who told you? If you know.
Ignited bond.